Yet again. This will be an express episode today, but
And next week.
facts. Now that that's out the way, though, I am your Archduke Josh Carroll. He is Lord Lucifer. Welcome back to the Field Generals.
Yeah, microphone check 1 2. What is this? Welcome to week 9 recap, week 10 preview. It is an express episode. Next week will also be an express episode. On Wednesday, we will get you squared away with shit around the league. First of all, we want to give a huge congratulations to our Chicago Bulls. Our Bulls are fighting very hard through various injuries. They went to Toronto, lost. The next night they came home, beat the brakes off of them. There you go. There's your Bulls. I do believe they play tonight. Don't quote me on that because we had last night off.
Yes, they do. The Hornets, I believe.
Yeah, we're fine. We beat them already. All right. Now that we got that up to speed, let's get into week 9, which was full of all types of controversies, starting with Philly at the Texans. And Josh, at first, it looked like the Texans might do it, but some late mistakes. Philly capitalizes, remains undefeated at 8-0. They beat them 29-17. Sunday, Chargers, Falcons, and the Falcons almost looked like they were going to beat the Chargers. And I was tugging on McCullough there. Like, oh, shit. The Falcons might find the stride. And, they beat them by a field goal. Chargers beat the Falcons in Atlanta. Miami, Chicago, and boy, did I see my Bear offense evolve with the help of Chase Claypool.
Yep.
Cole Kmet drops 2 touchdowns. Mooney catches 1. Justin Fields, for some odd reason, with a spy on him, just felt like saying, fuck all y'all. I'm going to the end zone and burn the entire Miami defense. Unfortunately, the Miami defense missed a pass interference and handed Miami the game. They hang on by the grace of the referees, 35-32. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Carolina goes to Cincinnati. Josh, we thought the Bengals were over with, and Joe Cool, with the cigar, said, "Nah, I'm smoking some Carolina Tar Heel boots today, 42-21. Green Bay goes to Detroit, and I saw the picks to click, you little fuckers. Y'all didn't listen to us because y'all think Aaron Rodgers is the greatest thing since cheese fries. Bullshit. There's cheese up there, and it ain't no cheese fries. He got his cheese fried. Detroit says, welcome, Mr. Rodgers, to our neighborhood. Sit the fuck down. The Lions beat the Packers 15-9, and we'll talk about it in a second. Jaguars, Vegas. Hey, look, I honestly thought I apologize to the Jacksonville Jaguars because I laugh at y'all every single week and y'all shut me the fuck up. They hang on to beat the Las Vegas Raiders 27-20. They won by a touchdown. I have no more faith in Indianapolis. It's over with. They fired Frank Reich for only scoring 3 points and because they sat Matt Ryan there.
Jeff Saturday is their interim head coach.
Jeff Saturday, who was on the offensive line for many years in Indianapolis, is now the interim head coach. He should just be the team coach. Fuck it. Why not? Because Frank Reich is not doing it. The Patriots hang on 26-3. Buffalo, Jets, and dog, I think it's time we start taking the Jets a little bit more serious. I thought Buffalo had this one in the bag, and the Jets said, how long there? We got it. They hang on to this divisional matchup to take it 20-17. Minnesota travels to Washington. Washington puts up a good fight, of course, because Taylor Heineke is the quarterback. Unfortunately, that Minnesota defense is the real deal. They hang on 20-17. Seattle Cardinals. Josh, I've said it. Kyler Murray plays like a 12-year-old. And Seattle made sure of that. Seattle walks into Arizona, kicks the door off the hinges, and wins this divisional matchup 31-21. Bucks, Rams. You chose the Rams. I chose the Bucks. I'd rather have both of us just picked our noses than these horrible ass teams. And the game was terrible. Terrible.
Facts.
Terrible. And just for the sake of picking, neither one of us wanted to pick. You picked the Rams. I picked the Bucks. I did eeny, meeny, miny, mo just to see what the fuck I was gonna pick. I picked the Bucks. They won. I'm not particularly happy about it because they still look like two piles of shit. Tennessee, Chiefs. Tennessee almost did it on the back of their running back Derrick Henry. Unfortunately, the Chiefs defense stood tall, 20-17 in the Chiefs' kingdom. Baltimore Saints. I don't know where the fuck New Orleans is, but they ain't on the football field. Baltimore wipes the floor with
Yeah.
them with the addition of Roquan Smith helping out, and boy, has he made an impact all fucking ready. They hang on to beat the Saints in New Orleans 27-13. Josh, as we talk about, let me take a swig because this gonna get real.
Yeah, hit the potion.
Josh, as we talk about press conferences, team meetings, how do you address the media? There's one constant in the sporting world in general that I've seen, more particularly in football, is that when the team makes an error, the team is held accountable. When the coaches make an error, Frank Reich, our latest, he gets fired. GMs, such and such, and so forth and so on. But when the referees are deciding the games, and I do mean deciding, they are actively deciding games, which should be decided by the points on the board and how the team plays.
Yeah, it's
not the ref.
It's almost like they selectively decide what flags to throw out, what like penalties to call, especially when it comes to our Bears.
Yep. We'll get called for holding for just a little tug on the pads, but our D linemen will have a whole chokehold put on them, and they let that shit go. Eddie Jackson committed no pass interference. He's looking into the sun. Well, it's hard enough for that. So that I can understand why that's a toss up. But they're both looking into the sun, and the rule is you have to at least turn towards the ball, which Eddie did. On the flip side, how the fuck is the defender making a play on the ball when both hands are wrapped around Chase Claypool? And it happened. I can understand if the other judges made that call. It happened right in front of the referee.
Yeah, yeah. It's at this point, it's fucking disgraceful. Like that shouldn't be happening on any sort of circumstance whatsoever.
Right.
And it does.
And you know what makes it more disgusting is you can't hold the referees accountable. You can't get in the media and say that's a bullshit call. You can't get in the media and say that was terrible and they cost us the game. We saw it with New Orleans 2 times in the playoffs. Back-to-back years in the playoffs, they got screwed by ref calls. We've seen it.
And you know what? The funny thing about the whole thing is, it takes the whole league apologizing to like hold the refs accountable at any point in any league for that matter, but especially the NFL.
Yeah, it's disturbing. It's disgusting. Fuck player drafts. We should have a referee draft. Throw all these trash ass referees away and have a referee draft. Hey, can you count to 2? All right, what does that look like? Can you see 20/20 vision? Because apparently these motherfuckers is deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah.
Let's get on this Week 10 preview though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we do play. So we'll talk about them in a minute. Atlanta travels to Carolina for matchup number 2 between them, and of course, this is probably going to be for the division. Atlanta's steamrolling, and I got faith in Atlanta. I got faith in Atlanta in this one. I picked Atlanta.
So do I.
All right, that is one of our picks to clip because it starts Thursday night. Sunday at noon, Seattle travels to the fucking ears, and there's a lot of fuckery going on in Tampon Bay. I Wow.
Not what I was expecting, but I digress.
I quit. They gonna come beat me up. All right. Seattle is winning in their division, and Tampa Bay just ain't winning. And last week 9 don't count, people. It was a turd and a pile of mud butt. One of them won. They're both shit.
Yeah, I got Seattle.
Do you? So do I. Do you know how hard I would have laughed if that game ended in a tie? I would have laughed until I pissed on myself.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Both of y'all are just terrible. All right, Minnesota to Buffalo. Hey, Buffalo not dropping another game. Minnesota might take their second loss on this one. Buffalo is looking to beat Minnesota down, and we need Minnesota to lose. So
yeah, back Buffalo.
This is a picks to click. Minnesota versus the Buffalo Bills. Josh, we welcome in the team who beat the Slackers. The Detroit Lions make it to Soldier Field. Now, I want to specify something because, of course, you got the Bears. Never mind. Now, I want to specify a little bit and go back to the touchdown run of Justin Fields. There was a spy on Justin, and he didn't care about none of that shit. Did you hear what Mike McDaniel actually yelled at him like, Stop it!
Stop! in battle rap terms, it's leave him alone!
Leave him alone! He needs some milk. Yo, how do you... All 11 of my Miami's defense would have got fired that day. Yo, nobody caught him? Nobody had a gun? All you niggas got guns and didn't nobody shoot him? Stop him. You know Detroit is looking at this. What's rule number one?
This ain't blitz the league, baby.
Hey, nah. You got to. Fuck that. You don't let that happen to your entire defense. Your defensive coordinator and your D-line coach is fired. Yo, nah. Nah. I'd have retired. I'd have sat on the bench. They ain't even worth it. No, I don't care if we won the game. Fuck that. That nigga murked us. You know Detroit is watching film. You know the entire league is watching film. And you know Detroit has 2 rules for this game. 1, we play together, we win together. Number 2, under no circumstances do we let him run the ball. I don't give a damn if this nigga do bomb it to Chase Claypool, right? We can bomb it to Chase Claypool. We can bomb it to Darnell Mooney. They could beat us 75-0. But under no circumstances do you let number 1 take off running at all. None. They gonna pay the referees for this one. I got the Bears over Detroit. We should be winning that one, even though Detroit is scary. Scary good. Yeah. Scary good. All right, we got Jacksonville versus Kansas City. I have Kansas City, but I'm scared picking Kansas City because what if Jacksonville says,
Yeah, it is a possibility, but I feel like their defense can't be trusted against Mahomes' offense. So I've got KC.
We've got the Chiefs. Cleveland to the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win this one, even though I'm not the biggest Dolphin fan right now. But
yeah, Dolphins clearly. Let's be honest.
Houston to the Giants. Giants coming off a bye week, and they have a good 3-4 defense, and Daniel Jones is doing just enough to get that offense rolling. I got the Giants. Yeah. New Orleans at the Steelers. Josh, I have not seen enough to put my faith in New Orleans right now against the Steelers team that's trying to recollect themselves. I got the Steelers. They could pull off another upset like they did with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they certainly could. I definitely got more faith in them right now. Pittsburgh.
All right. Denver to the Titans. I got the Titans because, Russell Wilson is playing for dear life, not actually playing to win.
Yeah, I don't trust Denver right now. I've got Tennessee.
All right. Indianapolis at the Raiders. I don't have faith in Indianapolis, even if they move to a different country. I got the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders about to put on an offensive clinic.
We got another picks to click for our 3:30 games. Dallas at Green Bay. And seeing what Tony Pollard did to us, and considering that the Packers don't have enough.
This might be the one. The
fact that I fucking hate the Cowgirls, but the fact that the Packers don't have enough defense to stop Detroit, I got Dallas.
Yeah, I got Dallas clearly. Pollard and Ezekiel are going to run all over that defense.
Yeah.
No question.
All right, here we go with two more piles of shit. Arizona goes to the Rams, and I'm only picking the Rams by default, considering that Kyler Murray still ain't grew up yet.
Yeah, Rams.
Well, like a 12-year-old on crack cocaine. This is AFC West versus NFC West. It's a Sunday night game. It's a picks to click. The Chargers go to San Francisco, and I love my Chargers. They're struggling a little bit right now. It looks like the Niners may take this one on the back of Run CMC.
Yeah, certainly. I got the Niners.
All right, and then for our Monday night game of picks to I already know who you're picking. It's Washington versus the Eagles. If anybody picks Washington,
Yep. Eagles.
Anybody picks Washington should go get their IQ checked.
Yeah, Eagles. I think the Eagles are eventually going to take a loss, just not to them.
If they take a loss to Washington, dude, I'm going to go.
Health
I'm being a referee. Yeah, because they got about a snowball's chance in hell on the surface of the sun in a sauna with morning breath. All right. Those are your picks to click. Atlanta versus Carolina. Minnesota versus Buffalo. You also have Dallas versus Green Bay. Chargers versus San Francisco. Washington versus Philadelphia. And my brother texted me because he's probably watching this. He was like, "You're gay." And it happened during the segment with the Slackers because he's a huge Slacker fan. And sorry, you got beat down by the Lions, you fuck nugget. Anyway, the Lions of all teams. The Lions of all teams.
Facts.
I mean, I'm not saying the Lions aren't good. They're actually showing they're good. They're good. It's still Detroit, but they're good. It's just that never would I have seen the day that Green Bay did not score a touchdown against Detroit.
Yeah, they might just repeat that again. So yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious if they beat them in Green Bay. I will walk in and roll. Yeah. All right, that is your Week 9 recap, Week 10 preview. Hopefully the referees went and got a good night's sleep. Because y'all might get jumped at the next game. I'm just saying.
Facts.
Yeah, y'all might get jumped. There will be a whole crew waiting on your ass coming out the tunnel, eating your face.
What did Mr. Larson say to Shooter? Like when they were on the 18th hole, it was like, "You can count on me waiting on you in the parking lot."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is about as bad as when Cody Parkey screwed us out of the playoffs. Boy, y'all.
Don't remind me.
Hey, at least somebody else did it.
Why must you want me to relive that moment?
hey, at least we have a kicker now, okay? Yeah, we have a kicker.
Facts.
Carlos Santos is great. All right, we're going to get out of here. Josh has shit to do, and I got sleep to get. So, yeah. Josh, take us out.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in yet again. Back-to-back Express episodes and possibly the week after. We will, of course, let you know. But until then, thank you all for tuning in to the Shield General Sportscast. I am your Archduke, Josh Carroll, and, of course, my co-host, Lord Lucifer. Peace, y'all.